I have 33 employees now, 28 of them are full-time. We have sustained growth since we moved into this building. We have been on a steady incline. We own the commercial property, so there are actually two companies now. So K9 Coach is my main company, it's my flagship company. There's another company that's called Bumblebee Investments, which owns the commercial property, which is the company that is in debt because it purchased this large piece of property. We have very low employee turnover. I'm really happy about this. About 70 to 80% of my employees are with me for 3 to 5 years, some of them longer, which is in this industry a little bit unheard of. We are a solid 7-figure-a-year business and growing, and we are operating debt-free. So the goal tonight is to tell you how I got there, and maybe you can take some of that back home with you and use it in your own business. So organic versus inorganic growth. A lot of people, when they talk about inorganic growth, they're talking about mergers and acquisitions. So either purchasing another company either that doesn't want to be purchased, or you can purchase it, or merging with another company. I am also talking about loans, any and all kinds of loans, any and all lines of credit, credit cards, any of that whole component that comes together. Organic, by definition, is internally grown with resources available within the company. That means whatever you're doing, you are using what you already have, okay? There are little to no outside funds. We had no outside funds. I had one angel investor that wrote me a check that I paid off in 7 months. So that was done. As a general rule, I'm pretty abhorrent to debt anyway. And that's just become applicable in my business at this point. Inorganic growth, generally involves loans, large capital mergers, acquisitions, and private investors. So anybody that owns part of your company gives you money if you purchase another company, that kind of thing. So pros with inorganic growth, because there are some serious pros to inorganic growth. The big one is the big bang. So if you are in a major city anywhere, you have seen somebody come in that is a big company, and they've come with whatever business you're in, this business or a different business. They've come in with a lot of marketing, advertising. They've come in to grab a very, very big market share, right? They may have no client base, but they're coming in and they're going to try and take up as much of the market share as they can because they have the capital to do it. That's what you call the big bang. Technology companies are really big about this, where they come in and just grab what they can grab and grow as fast as they can grow. You can get massive growth very, very quickly. You can grab a market share, and you can get a really quick return on your investment if you do this well. That return on investment can be sort of drawn out. For some people, it's much longer than other people. And you can make a really good impact on the community in a relatively short period of time. Now, there are problems, obviously, with inorganic growth. The first one is that if you grow really quickly, you're going to have a really hard time on your deliverables. So whatever you're in, if you are a boarder, daycare, grooming, training, whatever it is that you do for your business, you're going to have a hard time if you go from 10 clients to 100 clients in 7 days. Your deliverables are going to suffer. There's just no way around it. Either that or you're going to have to live on no sleep and food, which I know some of us do. But in reality, this is very, very difficult to do. And when you can't deliver, you're then going to suffer quality. If you're in this business, your brand and your name are all you really have. So when your quality starts to go down and you cannot meet your deliverables, you're in trouble. There can be a lot of changes to the market, and this is one of the things we're really going to talk about. I would assume that, how many of you in here do board or do daycare? Okay. So we have all heard of the canine flu. I don't know, maybe someone in here has a business that wasn't touched by it, whether or not you actually had it in your kennel. Most of us saw a drop in business as it became more publicized, particularly where I live. Georgia actually has had very few cases of it, but it was a PR explosion. And we saw a pretty significant dip for a while, which it's a change in the market. You have to be ready for that. Now the problem is if you have a very large loan and you get a nice dip in your business, now what? Risk, there's a lot of risk involved. And I am not risk averse. on any level, but if I don't have to do it, I'm not going to do it. You're going to outgrow your knowledge. So again, you go from 1 client, 10 clients, to 100 clients, to 200 clients. People are going to ask you for different things that maybe you don't know. So do you fake it till you make it? Well, then you might have a problem with your deliverables. And maybe you do fake it till you make it some. I think some of us do a little bit, and that's okay. The biggest thing for me, besides the risk and what happens when the market dips, is your culture and your vision. So when I started my business, I had a vision for what it was going to be like, and I am true to that vision even to this day, even to profit loss, because I am true to that vision, and I am okay with that. That's what I want to do. When you grow very, very quickly and you have to bring in a lot of new people very, very quickly, you stand a very, very high risk of losing whatever culture you have put in place within your employees, and the vision is gone. Then you have a company that maybe isn't really representative of you or representative of what it is that you wanted to do. So generally speaking, if you take out a $375,000 loan, so the green line is your loans, the blue line is, let's just say you're just doing boarding, right? That's all you're doing. First year out of the gun, you're doing really well. Second year, even better. You're paying your loans, everything's going really well. Third year, you get a little bit of a dip. And this is where things can get a little bit sketchy. Right there. Suddenly, your profits have dropped for whatever reason. And a lot of times, this has nothing to do with you. These are forces that are completely outside of your control.